Hello everybody. We made some, what was it?
They were supposed to guess.
Yeah, y'all was supposed to guess what it was that I made the other day for breakfast for us. So I'm going to be making it now. Some of you guessed right, some didn't. But some called it a Johnny cake, I think is what they called it. Pone bread, something else, what was it they said? I can't remember now. But anyway, fried bread, and that's what it is. It's just fried bread, little, it's not real thick, it's kind of thin. And sometimes I call it fried bread, sometimes I call it pone bread. And most of the time when I make pone bread, I make it thicker. But this was fried bread, so I made a little bit thinner. And then I thought, well, I remember Corey's story, or Corey coming in here and getting them one time. I thought it was pancakes. So I thought, well, I can do a little video on that and see if y'all know what it is. But anyway, here's my flour. I got about 2 cups of flour in there. It's however much you want to make. But I'm just going to make a skillet full for the video. But I'm going to tell you what I've done. But I'm going to make more afterwards. Because
we like it.
Yeah, because they like it. And we eat it for supper, for breakfast. We put jelly or jam or something on it and eat it that way. Well, you can make pancakes with it if you want to put to them, put syrup on it. Eat it with pinto beans and stuff. Most of the time I like cornbread, but we eat that sometimes too. But I put butter in it. Well, I'm going to go put my butter in it first. I'm going to put my buttermilk in it first. Buttermilk. Usually I do it at the table, but I said I ain't moving that much. I don't know if it's going to rain or what, but my knees is carrying on. Christine's ankle's carrying on. Usually people say back in years ago that when your knees started acting up or you're getting pain in your body, that it was because a storm was coming. So we're going to see whether there's a storm coming or what. It don't look like it. It's sun shining out there. Let me put a little bit more of this in here. You make it kind of thin like. Yeah, I put my buttermilk in there. And I just stir it around in here. And get it to the, however you want it to consistency. I think that's how you say it, or however you want to say that. I'm a hillbilly. I just say anything, consistency. I might not be saying it right, but
yeah, you are. I
know what it is. And y'all do too. Like Dad used to say all the time, he said, well, cipher out what I'm saying. Cipher it out. He'll say, I'm going to go in here and cipher this out. And he goes and gets his pencil and stuff and tries to cipher things out. I don't know why he's ciphering. He always said that when I was a little girl. He said, all my butter. Put my butter in here. And usually I put my grease in here too, but I'll see if I got some soft grease in that. It's my bacon grease that Linda, lady from church, gives me. I give her eggs, and well, she pays for. I try to get her not to pay for the eggs, but she always does. She said you got to feed them, and she gives me jars of bacon grease, and I think this is what makes it, is the bacon grease. So I got some soft in here. That might have been frozen. But I use a lot of this. I should have probably melted it a little bit, but
I could put that jar in the microwave real quick.
Oh, that's okay. Maybe we will when you get 2 minutes. We have to do it every 2 minutes, y'all. Oh, Lord. So it's hilarious. But maybe this is thin enough. Maybe this I can do it. Or you can make it thinner if you want. But I think this will do it. See there? See? I think it'll be all right like this. You can, just try it and see. So I'm going to come over here closer to the stove. Turn my stove on. Put it on. I got it on about a 4 there. And this way Mom used to do. She used to hold her bowls and do this.
I remember her doing that.
She used to do it all the time. So I'm going to hold it. I'll put a little bit here. And you just kind of, round it out, make it thin. Just kind of pat your spoon down in there a little bit. Then you put another one in. And this skillet was Mom's. She got it off that show. They sell stuff on it. QVC, I think is what it is.
She was.
I mean, this has been maybe 20 years ago or so. That she ordered everything off QVC. And Christmas presents and all. Because, you know, she couldn't get out. She didn't drive or anything. If she went anywhere, I took her. But, and she used to do her Christmas shopping off of the QVC for everybody. And they, you know, bring the stuff to the house. She'd order it, it'd come to the house. And when she died, you went in there and there's all kinds of QVC stuff under her bed that she was getting ready for Christmas. And all you do, and I'll go ahead and turn it up a little bit now. All you do is just let it fry, get it brown on the bottom there, and then flip it and let it get brown on the other side. And there you go. It's just fried bread. And years ago when we was growing up, Mom and them used to fix it, and you know, you can eat it with anything. You can make your beans and potatoes and eat your fried bread with it, whatever you want to do. You know, you can even get a piece of them, get you a saucer, and put jelly in it.
So then you could even make sandwiches out of them.
Yeah, that's thick enough, yeah. And if you don't have a light bread, that's what you can do.
It's good like that.
Yeah. So, there's your fried bread, y'all. Yeah, I do that too. But this is all you do. Just keep turning it over till you get it to it like you want it. And just, like I said, just spoon it out in there to take your spoon and make it thin. And then you just keep turning it. And it's best to have a skillet like this, an arm skillet. You can do it in the other ones too, but I like this skillet to do my fried bread in. So, and that's it. There you go. Fried bread, y'all. Now my pone bread, what I call pone bread.
You bake it, don't you?
Yeah, I bake it. I just fix it like this here, like I just showed you. You know, sometimes I put sour cream in it, sometimes I don't. Whatever I got on hand. And I just put it in a big baking dish or a casserole dish, or if you got a iron skillet, it'll be good in it. Or, you know, deep iron skillet. And put it in it and put it in the oven, bake it until it gets done. You know, it's however, like this oven here, we have to play around with it because it's a new oven. I think somebody told me it was it's what they use in the bakeries. Mm. And but I was wanting the one that had the bottom
piece on it. This one, the whole oven bakes. It don't have the little glowy things in it.
Yeah, the little I don't know what, you know, the hot bar in the bottom of it. I can't even think what it is.
That's why it doesn't bake like what it used to.
But I have to, like if it calls for 350 or 360, I turn it down for 325. My cakes and stuff, it has to be 325. If it calls for 350, you can't do that. It won't get done in the middle. I have to turn it down to 325, and it cooks it perfect. Now, I used to do exactly what I said on the boxes, but I can't do that anymore. But anyway, go fry you some bread, and have you some eggs. Make pancakes out of it. So we went and put a little bit of bacon grease in here and put it in the microwave and melted it a little bit. It don't have to be a whole lot, but it needs melted a little bit. It was frozen. All I had was the frozen one. So I'm going to stir all this up now. And if you got bacon grease, that's what makes the bread. The fried bread, that's what makes it. So we get this. You got to get it kind of thin so it'll you can fry it real thin. Here's my water. I'm gonna put my water in there. I just eyeball it, y'all. I just eyeball it. And if I get it too thin, I'll just add some more flour to it. And I'm just gonna do 1 skillet of fried bread, and I'll do the rest off video. Because they was all hollering. I fixed some the other day when I showed y'all on the video. And they's hollering this morning, they'd like to have some more, so. Oh, that ain't too much water. try to get it stirred up pretty good. I believe I'll make it a little bit more thinner. Put some more, little bit more water. Corey likes to be right there while you're pouring it.
Yeah, he gets up in there. Like he is.
Yeah, he gets right in there, buddy. Oh.
He's quick with his fingers. He zooms in, zooms out.
Yeah. We're just learning, so we can't do that zooming in, zooming out and all that.
No. That's sometimes.
I done a video this morning of this helicopter cutting the trees over here under the power lines. Well, after I got through, I seen I had it turned up the wrong way. I was supposed to turn it this way. I had it turned up.
We supposed to, you know.
Yeah. He'll be saying, remember, Mamaw, you have to turn it sideways and you turn it up to do the picture. I said, yeah, I know that, but you have to tell me. I fix it for, you know, even to snack on in the middle of the day. Put jelly or something on it, you know. But, and we didn't, I don't remember us having lunch. That's what you call lunch.
In the middle of the day, yeah.
Yeah. You know, we'd get a glass, we'd come in, we played outside all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd have breakfast, and we all had the same thing. Nowadays, kids tell you, I want this, and I want that, and they think you should fix different things for each one of them. Back then, you didn't. What your parents said at the table, that's what you ate. You didn't say, I want this, or I want that.
We didn't know. We didn't know nothing about that
No.
either. Even when when we were little.
No. Even, yeah, like when Christine was little. What we said on the table, that's what they ate. They didn't say, I want
We'd sit at your
pizza.
feet sometimes while you was peeling the potatoes to get a snack, get a snack in.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Going to the cabinet and getting chips and stuff. We never did that stuff.
I know. Yeah. Their snacks was when I was peeling potatoes, like Christine said just now, and I was peeling a little slice off, and they sit down at my feet, and I'd give them a slice of potato while I'm fixing, cutting up the potatoes for supper. So them was the days. I tell you, they didn't get sweets all the time. Back then, they got sweets more than we did. When we was growing up, we got sweets on Friday. That was it. You know, that's when Dad got paid, and he'd go to the store, he'd get script, and he'd go to the store, and he'd get hot dogs and stuff.
What's script?
It's like money, but it's just a little coin-like thing.
Oh, wow.
And it had a little hole in it, and they take it to the company store. You'd go to the company store with it and buy your food.
Wow, that's cool.
But it was expensive.
Oh.
It was better if you didn't get
That's
script.
like that song, Oh My Soul Too.
Company store, yeah, that's what they're talking about. And if you need be, you put more grease in here.
They're looking good.
And the way I do this is, or you can put butter, either one. Butter be easier because that there is frozen. So you can take your spoon, get you a little bit of butter, put it in here. That's the way I do it. I would be putting my grease, but it's frozen, so I just put the butter. The butter's good. And I did put a little bit of butter in the skillet. I took some out here and I put it on there and rubbed my hands in it before I heated it up. And then I put a little bit of bacon grease in with the butter. So, but I'm just doing this now. If I had softer grease, I might do it. But we'll get this done here, and I used to do this, you know, to flatten it out. Somebody sent us this. It's for the grill, but see this in here I got a little bit thick. Sometimes I fry them thick, sometimes I fry them thin. The other day I fried them thin. So you just mash around on it. See how thin you can get some of them?
Mm-hmm.
It's just however you pour it out there and spoon it out. And this is a little bit thicker. So, see there, it's a little bit thicker. But and then you just keep turning them. So you get all that dough in there. Fry it up and get it to like you want it.
Turn it down a little bit.
Yeah. I'll turn it down. Okay, here we are. Going to do God's word now after my cooking. So I'm going to be in Colossians, the 3rd chapter, and it's talking about what Christians should do. When you become a Christian, you have a new life. So we're supposed to walk and talk in our new life, not like we did in our past when we was lost in sin. But we're supposed to walk and talk and live the life that Christ did, you know. To be an example is what we're supposed to be. But anyway, we're not perfect. We mess up and do mistakes. Christ was perfect. Jesus Christ was perfect. But we're not perfect. So sometimes we mess up and we have to ask his forgiveness. And he's so merciful that he forgives us. Even though I figure he probably want to turn us over his knees and whip us sometimes. But anyway, I'm in the 3rd chapter. And it says, if ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of God. Set your affections on things above, not on things on the earth. For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Christ in God. When Christ, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, INORDINATE affections. I don't know what that is. I know, but I can't explain it. Evil, I can't say that word. CONCUPISCENCE. I know what it is. It's right on the tip of my tongue, but I can't say it.
Say it one more time. CONCUPISCENCE. I don't know. I'd have to read it.
Yeah, I know. And covetousness, which is adultery, for which things seek the wrath of God, cometh on the children of disobedience, in the which ye also walked sometimes when you lived in them. That's when we was back in sin, that we lived in sin. But now ye also put off these things: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communications out of your mouth. Lie not one to another, seeing that you have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him, where there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, barbarian or SCYTHIAN, bond nor free, but Christ is all and in all. Put on therefore as the elect of God, holy and beloved, bowels of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering, forbearing one another, and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel, well, let me get my fingers working here, y'all, against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye. And above all these things put on charity, and that is love. We're supposed to love one another. We're supposed to love the people out there that's in sin, that don't know about God. They're out there doing all kinds of stuff. You love them, but you don't love what they're doing, you know, what the devil has them doing. Which is the bond of perfectness. And let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to the which also ye are called in one body, and be ye thankful. Let the word of Christ, trying to get my tongue tied here, y'all. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God and the Father by him.